Bulldog, my best memories of Chippy were not just as a great journalist. He was like a second dad here at Holt Street.
First time I met him in 1987, he was a great mate, great counsel for me. And he was there from the first time I called rugby league, providing me with insights into what I should and shouldn't do.
And I'll just never forget him wandering around the office, lecturing to us on life as much as he did on journalism.
He certainly was a great father figure, Buzz. There's not a day I come into this News Limited offices in Holt Street and don't think about how he would approach a story. Sometimes I get a bit confused even after all these years as to how I should write it, how I should approach it, and I always think how Chippy would approach it, and it does tend to get me out of a pickle.
I don't think there are many reporters these days that are quite as thorough. The world's changed because of social media, of course. They don't need to talk to people, but he would make a point of talking to everyone on a regular basis about the game.
If you wanted to buy a new car, he always had an opinion. If you wanted to clean your swimming pool, where to go fishing, he knew everything, where to buy a good feed.
He was always the serious rugby league man, and his catch cry was, after an hour of talking about how to cut a mango and eat it on a Saturday afternoon, he'd look at you and say, "But Ray, what's this got to do with football?"
There'll only ever be one Peter Frelingos. You know, as an all-round media performer on television, radio and newspapers, he was the best.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in a country where sport is bigger than any religion, this is one of the great awards of the night. And for all the Kiwis in the room, enjoy tonight. You'll be crying your beers tomorrow night at the great ANZ Stadium. The judges for this award, Mr. Peter Cogoy, a great mate of mine and chair and trustee of the Kennedy Awards. Bill Woods, radio and TV presenter, and Jeff Greenwood, News Limited journalist. So they're the judges. I'll hand across to now the finalists.
And the finalists are Peter Lawler from The Australian, Jessica Halloran, The Sunday Telegraph, Caro Meldrum Hannah, Sam Clark and Max Murch from Four Corners.
The winner is Caro Meldrum Hannah, Sam Clark and Max Murch, Four Corners, ABC.
Making a Killing is a story that turned the multi-million-dollar greyhound industry on its head, led to serious criminal charges, executive resignations, sanctions and nationwide government inquiries, and the introduction of new, stringent integrity measures.
Countless rabbits, savaged, skinned alive, ripped in half.
The judges said it doesn't get much better than this if you are breaking a news story.
Thank you. This is a great honour, and it was a very difficult story, and great television can only be made with a great team. And two of the team I have behind me, producer, there he is, Sam Clark, and researcher Max Murch, who were incredible. This wasn't just a story about, and isn't just a story about, entrenched animal cruelty in a sport that Australians love. It's also about cheating. And the sport deserves better, so thank you for this.
Ladies and gentlemen, now please welcome Destination New South Wales Chairman Mr. John Hartigan to present the Kennedy Award for Outstanding Travel Writing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost 4 years since I left News Limited, and in that intervening period, I've been asked so many times, do I miss the cut and thrust of daily journalism? And over those nearly 4 years, I've said, no, I don't. I miss a lot of people. It's only when you come to an event like tonight that you realise that what I've been telling people for 3.5 years is absolute bullshit. I miss it enormously. and it's a great pleasure to be here tonight. I'd like to say, on behalf of this category, that Destination New South Wales, when I was at News, I thought I had the best job in New South Wales, possibly Australia. Certainly, I've now got the best job in New South Wales. Destination New South Wales is the combination of tourism and major events. And in the year to March this year, we've brought 83 million people to this great state and has thrown off some $29 billion. So it's a combination of putting on great things like Vivid and having inducements to bring both overseas interstate people to this state. So before I just go through the finalists for the award, I would like to say one thing, and that is that tonight there is a series of advertisements, a campaign being launched both on television and on radio in regional Australia about saving the jobs of journalists. And it's something that's met with little interest in most ranks, certainly within federal government ranks, but it's about my other role, which is for Prime Media, which is regional television. Tonight we've joined with Southern Cross Media and also with WIN to try to get the federal government to reform the rules around regional television. And you've already seen there are newsrooms closing in regional Australia. There's got to be a stop. We've got to get the opportunity to save these jobs, to give people their local voice. So any support, and there, there's a lot of people here tonight. There's not too many people on our side, despite the fact it's all about saving journalism in regional Australia. So any support you could give, I'd greatly appreciate. Getting back to the reason I'm here, can I talk to the finalists in the category? We have Daniel Scott, the Sydney Morning Herald, Kerry Van Jaag, Fairfax Media, and Greg Beerham, The Australian. And it's always the way, the name I can't pronounce. Kerry Van Jaag, the Fairfax Media, is the winner. Congratulations.
From a field of exceptional quality, the judges said there were 6 stories vying for top spot in this award. They praised Kerry Vander Hart's evocative writing for snaring the reader from the first sentence and keeping them engaged with a deft fusion of science, history and personal observations on her journey to the bottom of the earth.
Good evening and thank you. It's an honour and a privilege to receive this award tonight. I'm thrilled. Sorry I cannot be there with you tonight. I'm currently in the south of France, cruising the Rhone River on assignment for Traveller. I would like to thank Anthony Dennis, National Travel Editor of Fairfax Media, and the rest of the Traveller team. I'd also like to thank Sarah Maguire, who commissioned me, the Kennedy Awards and Destination New South Wales for sponsoring the award. Thank you. Au revoir.
It's a great pleasure to be here tonight to announce the winner of the Young Journalist of the Year. All 3 contenders are stars, and I would have hated to have been the judges on this one. So I'll go straight to the finalists. Ava Benny Morrison from AAP. Taylor Orbach from the Daily Telegraph. And Joel Tozer, The Feed, SBS.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Taylor Orbach, the Daily Telegraph.
A finalist in the 2014 Young Journalist of the Year, Taylor Auerbach is a genuine newsbreaker across all rounds. He's also been nominated in the Kennedys this year for outstanding political reporting. The judges praised him as a dynamic young reporter with an impressive body of work featuring frequent front pages and a maturity beyond his years.
I honestly can't tell you how much this means to me. I admire this industry, and I've looked up to the people in it since I was a little boy. I thought anybody that was part of the media was a superhero. I mean, Ray Martin's voice used to mean it was time to do my homework. And to be here, honestly, it's quite surreal in front of all you guys, my peers, and to be recognised and I suppose in some small way to at least lay claim to become part of that group that I've admired my whole life sends shivers down my spine. Although in fairness, that could also be the Stockade Premium Lager. Look, I had a whole list of people that I wanted to thank, but I don't want to bore you. Those people know who they are. And in the few short years that I've been in this industry, I've learnt one thing, is that all of us do the most exciting, exhilarating, fascinating work in the world. And, well, here's to us.